I used to think that if I just planned well enough, I could skip the messy part. As an engineer, that made perfect sense to me. You map it all out, you anticipate all the variables, and only then do you take action. That's how I was trained to solve problems, and that's how I thought entrepreneurs won. I truly believe that clarity comes before movement, that you don't want to paint yourself into a corner. So, whenever I had an idea, whether it was an app or an offer or even a whole business, I'd plan and then I'd map, then I'd tweak, then I'd revise, and then I'd revise again. But I wouldn't launch. I'd delay because I thought that I needed to build it right the first time. But time and again, the same thing would happen. I'd stall out, momentum would fade, inertia would set in, and the idea would die. Meanwhile, I watched someone else launch, and they'd launch it something messy, unpolished, clearly unfinished. But they made progress while I was still perfecting a plan. I was getting ready to get ready, but they were already in the real world, getting feedback and making it better. It wasn't just frustrating, it was demoralizing. And I started to lose trust in my own instincts and ability. But that's when I realized that the most successful entrepreneurs that I knew and had met in recent years, they didn't aim first, they fired first. They got something out fast, then they adjusted. They moved before they had clarity because they knew that clarity follows movement. And at first, that felt completely wrong to me. But then I remembered a story I once heard about a pottery class. Two professors, two assignments. The first was make one pot all semester, just one. You'll be graded on quality. The second was make as many pots as you can. You'll be graded on quantity, not perfection. And by the semester's end, the second class didn't just have more pots, they had better pots because they had the reps. They learned from doing and they got better by getting it wrong, but then improving repeatedly. And that story exploded in my mind because I finally got it. You don't figure it all out first. You figure it out while you're doing it wrong. It's not about wasting effort, but it is about learning while you're in motion because you can't steer a parked car. You can't wait for every light to turn green before you leave your driveway. You got to start moving and then adjust as you go. So if you're stuck, remember this: clarity does not come before you start. It only shows up once you begin moving. So start now, build it wrong, and you'll be amazed at how right it actually turns out. If you like this video, chances are you'll like my next video where I talk about focusing on inputs instead of outcomes. So you can click on it here and watch it, and I'll see you in the next video.